First we're going to unhitch the van. You need to put the handbrake on, slide the locking pin back, jockey wheel down, make sure the two pins engage, and then we'll wind the jockey wheel up to level the van. Do a quick visual check to make sure you're level. Once you've got the van level, you need to put the 4 corner stabiliser jacks down. Winder arms kept in here next to the fridge. Lower the stabiliser down, and using the winder, wind the arm out until it's solidly bedded on the ground. It's important not to use these jacks to raise the van. The levelling should always be done with the jockey wheel. These are purely to take movement out of it when you're walking in the van. Next we're going to lift up the pop-top roof. There's 4 hold down latches on each corner. We'll undo all of these. To lift up the pop-top roof, always lift the front first, and then the rear. To set up the main bed, we need to drop down the 2 spare wheels, but first we're going to remove the hoses from this bag. This is a freshwater drinking hose, and we've got the silage hose. Each spare wheel has 1 locking pin and 2 over centre latches that need to be undone for it to drop down. We'll drop the spare wheel down, resting it on the ground. Cut. We'll open the main bed end. We're going to lift up this rear hatch. Open the sides. There's 2 locks on the bed door. Open these. And the bed door will drop down. Lift the window up. And then we lock it down with these 2 over centre latches. We push the mattress all the way to the rear and fold it back over. Convert the seat into a bed. First we remove the rear padding. Just get stored up here. Take the base off. This is our bed end conversion piece. Put the legs up. Put it on. Close the hatch. Push it in and put the folding bed rail up. To connect mains pressure water, use the supplied drinking hose. Screws onto here. And then connect the other end of the hose to the tap on your side. Connect the silage hose to the point on the van here and run the other end out to the silage point on your side. The van has 2 100 litre water tanks. To fill these, put a hose into this point here for the first tank and this point here for the second tank. There is an external washdown shower under this hatch. Set up the kitchen, open this hatch, remove the leg, open the kitchen out. It's imperative that this leg is used at all times. It slots into a hole under here and we extend it out This takes the weight of the kitchen. Yep. Stow the polystyrene covers down in here. Okay. The top has some wind deflectors. Set these up. Now we're going to hook up the gas and the water. To connect up the gas for the hot plate, pull out the gas line from around here, and we'll plug it into the gas bayonet at the rear. Each hose for the sink is stored under here. Pull out the short hose from underneath the sink and connect this onto it. Run that either to a bucket or just out to some grass on your site. Gas bottles are located at the front of the van. Turn that on. It can take up to 30 seconds for the air to purge out of the line, so you might need to run the gas burner for a while to purge that. When on a powered site, to connect to 240 volt power, use the supplied 15 amp lead, plug that into there, and run the other end out to the power point on your site. There is an external 240 volt power point just next to the door on this side of the van. Before using the hot water service, we need to open the vent cover here. Just leave that hanging like that. Turn on the master switch for the hot water service here. And then the control unit is switched on here. Inside the main control board, we have the water level for the two tanks. The van holds 200 litres of water. Switch for the DC outlet, which does the power points over the beds. Water pump, hot water unit, diesel heater, and toilet and fridge. It's important to leave the fridge on all the time because you don't want your food going warm. The van's equipped with an electric awning. Turn the master switch on and press open. As the awning comes out, we'll drop the legs down. Cut. In windy conditions, always have two people to get the awning out, one holding each end. Next we need to peg down the awning. And we do the same on the other side. Whenever you've got the awning out, you need to install the anti-flap kit. There's one of these clamps for each end and then a centre pole. So this clips in here, sits over the top of the awning fabric. Tuck the fabric into the anti-flap kit, close up the clamps and tighten each one. Next we're going to install the centre rafter. Clips in at that end. Clip in there and lock. The van is equipped with a 95 litre Evercool fridge under this front hatch. Either side of the fridge can be set to fridge, freezer, both to fridge or both to freezer using the control panel here. Inside this front storage box are the shade walls for the awning, power leads, plenty of pegs, there's a hammer, power board, external 240 volt light, and also the jack for the van should you get a flat tyre. Inside the front storage box is a Weber cube This needs to be plugged into one of the spare bayonet points on the back of the van. Also on the front of the van are 2 fold-out tables, a mesh ground mat. Inside this canvas bag is all the plates, glasses, cups, etc. The cutlery is in the drawer under the kitchen. The tub has all of the pots and pans, fry pan, breadboard, etc. Separate the security door from the fly screen. Pull this black catch up, the door separates, and we use the locking pin there to hold the main door back. Front door, you need to turn the catch to the right, insert the key, and it locks clockwise. Closing the awning, we want to bring the awning 2/3 of the way in, and then we're going to close the legs up and then do the last third. Stop it there, close the leg up. And we'll stow the legs away in there, ensuring they're clipped in at both ends. Close the awning the rest of the way. Support the weight of the awning with your arm on the way in. Always make sure to turn the switches off once the awning is in place. When using the toilet, it's important to make sure this latch is open before you use it. Do your business, flush, wait for the water to go down, and close the latch. The toilet cassette's full, you'll need to empty it out. Pull the cassette out from here, take it to the nearest dump point, remove the cap, hold the green button down to let air into the tank, and tip it into the dump point. It's important to give it a good flush out after use. The toilet has its own holding tank for water. Keep an eye on this water level here. You'll see the bubble in this drop. Each time you empty this, check to make sure there's enough water still in the tank. When it comes down to around this level, you need to refill it, and it's refilled through this point using a hose or a bucket or whatever you can get. After the toilet cassette's been emptied, take one of these satchels and drop it into the toilet cassette through the toilet. Put some water in there to help break the chemicals down and close it off. Pack the bed up. First we need to fold the mattress over. Pull it all the way back. Open the 2 over centre catches. Push the window down. Lift up this main window wall. Closing the 2 locks on either side. Bring the sides in. And close the main hatch. Yep. Next we'll pack away the 2 spare wheels. Always make sure you've inserted the locking pin and closed both over centre catches on each spare wheel. Closing the roof, always bring the rear down first, cut front. Don't roofs down. It's important to ensure that all 4 roof hold down clips are in the closed position. In case of a fire, just inside the door we have a fire blanket and fire extinguisher. Once you've finished packing up the van, there is a checklist here just inside the door. Please run through this checklist and make sure everything's been done. Always do one final check to ensure all hatches and doors are closed around the van.